What is good, everybody? It is me, Eric, and I make ASMR. How are you doing? I hope each and every single one of you is doing super duper 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 blessed. Yes, there's lotion back there, guys. I need lotion for my tattoos, okay? Don't come for me, please. Today we're gonna do just a little podcast. See how long I can ramble for. Because I know some of you like that, and thank you for liking that. And we can finally do a proper podcast with the wireless microphone. Today we're going to talk about how to live a meaningful life. Or maybe talk about what does it mean to live a meaningful life. Now, everything is up for discussion, so if you want to discuss it with me, perfectly fine. If you don't want to, you just want to watch, also perfectly fine. When I say meaning, because I was thinking for a long time today while I was at work. Why do we have to work? Why do we have to struggle? Why do we simply exist just to work, right? Most of us simply exist. A vast majority of us simply exist to work, then die. You work, you go to school for, up to 30 years of your life. 30. You could say 30. You could say 25. You could say, what's the regular amount? You got grade 1 to 12. Then you got high school, another 4 years, 16 years, and then a regular uni degree is 4 years. If you finish it within 4 years, right? So how many years of your life is that? I think that's 20 years of your life. Wait, hold on. Actually, grade 1 to 12. High school. But you had 16. 20. Most people finish university within 5 years, so if you're in a proper program, you're finishing it. No Bachelor of Arts or English or History or that bullshit, right? If you're in a proper program, you're probably finishing that in 5 years. Architecture, you finish that in 4 years if you're very smart, right? And then let's say you're in law, right? Or you're in health science or something like that. That's potentially another 4 years of your life right there. 2 to 4 years, right? So now you're at 24 years of school, straight up school. You're only living for 4 years of your life until you're thrown into school, right? And then, by then, you don't even have a proper subconscious. You weren't even developed. You didn't even know what the world held, right? We spend all this time and then after we finish our school, we graduate, and then we have to go work for the rest of our lives until we're 65. Isn't that crazy? Now, I know it's not anything new to anyone, but if you just really sat down and think about it, or in my case, I was standing up and thinking about it, our whole lives is consumed about work and our career and what we have to do, but it's never really about living. I'm sure a lot of people agree with this. We weren't meant to just sit around on our asses all day working, right? Over here in the West, we live to work. Now, some people, have I done a video like this before? I feel like I have. Anyways, people in Europe, for example, they work to live. And I've always admired that because they get a lot more time off. They get sick days, health days. They get a lot of benefits. They get, better everything. So don't people move to Europe, right? Why do people come to the West? Why do people come to Canada? Why do people come to the US? Nobody's going to Mexico. I'm sorry if you're Mexican. Nobody's going to Mexico. Nobody's going to South America either. I'm sorry. People trying to escape South America. People in Venezuela. It's so bad in Venezuela that they're swimming over to Trinidad and staying there illegally. I'm not gonna comment on political. I'm not gonna be all political, but just like Mexicans going to the States, right? Anyways, but you know what I'm saying? But why is it not heard of that people from Europe, they stay in Europe? Right. Right. Who's coming to the Americans? Who's coming to the West Side, right? You have people from India, China, Japan, Korea, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, anywhere in Africa, you know. You have people from Ukraine, refugees countries like, people from Syria, Lebanon, Iraq. You got all these people from all over the world coming to this side. But why are they going to the European side, right? Makes you think. It makes you think. Me, I would love to live in like Poland or Switzerland. Visit the Swiss Alps. Shit like that. That'd be sick. But anyways, yeah. We're all living to work. And it's sad. It's very sad. Some people see ASMR as a job. So now you're creating content as a means to make money for you to go live your life, right? Is that odd? Isn't that so odd? Because we weren't meant to just straight up be working all the time. So how do we live a meaningful life? Knowing all this stuff, right? Knowing all this stuff, how do we live a meaningful life? Now, I'm no expert, but I feel like as the years have gone by, and as I've changed as a person, I found little ways, small ways to live a meaningful life. And I say meaningful because, like, I Loki still don't want to, but like I just wanted to get off myself, dog. Fuck living, making money, going to school, all that shit. But then I realized, the more people I the more I see, get exposed to the world. Anyways, how to live a meaningful life? Be creative. First of all, be creative. Express yourself in an artistic way, whether it's music, drawing, being an author, doing videos like this, podcast, playing a sport. Be creative. Have hobbies. Pretty much, yeah. If you have hobbies, hobbies is not a thing to keep yourself busy, but it's something you enjoy doing, something that can have your brain functioning rather than doing like a mundane task at a workplace, right? So as you guys know, I have basketball, I do ASMR. ASMR allows me to be creative. Low-key, a lot of people won't tell you guys this, but most ASMR artists are depressed. And what do? They make ASMR for other people to make better, because it makes them feel better. I would say about 80%. Actually, no, not nowadays. I would say that's like 50% nowadays. The other 50% is trying to promote their OnlyFans, or just trying to go up straight out of this. If you guys don't get away ASMR, just straight doing ASMR just for profit, because he has no other skills in life, or other people have no other skills in life, so just do it for profit, right? Or they're promoting their OnlyFans, or they do OnlyFans, or they sell content, and they're sexualizing ASMR. But like back in the day, back when I was watching back in like, I think I first started back in like, I want to say 2015 maybe. Damn, my hair is long. I'm sorry. 2015, yeah. Most ASMR artists, I guarantee you, 80% of them were depressed. And doing ASMR was a way to heal their past trauma and to make other people relax so they can feel good about themselves. And me, low-key, and to express themselves in ways that you can never think, right? And low-key, that's me when I do this. I likes. Even if I touch one person likes my stuff, great. And it comes from like, I was doing some research, and it comes from like, wanting to heal your inner child, blah 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 blah, emotional stuff. Which emotional stuff is valid nowadays. Unfortunately, I've learned a lot about being emotional. I don't like it, but I've learned a lot. Anyways, yeah, so having a hobby, being creative and stuff, right? That is very important. Important stuff. Important stuff. Should we raise the gain? You guys, what do you think about the gain? Okay. Even gain here. Pause. I don't know what that means, but yeah, doing your hobbies. Have hobbies. But like also like low-key. Traveling. Traveling is one of the ways you should be living your life. Move to a country for half a year, a few months, whatever the case may be. Move, live outside of your norms. Travel, see the world. Explore the planet that you've been put on. Don't just say, just don't go travel. Like, I know people in America love traveling from state to state. Like, oh my god, I'm going all. No, you're not doing anything, man. You're not doing anything. Places I want to go. I want to go to Korea. I want to go to Korea, Japan. Or I'll tell you where I've been in my life. Okay, America. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Cuba. I've been to Trinidad. And then I've been to England. Which doesn't seem like a lot, because it's not. Because my family always liked taking trips to the US back when the dollar was cheap. And I don't blame them, because the US has a lot going on for them, but I wish we like traveled the world more. Some place I want to go, Korea, Switzerland, maybe France, maybe Japan. I want to go to China, Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia. Where else do I want to go? What's that place called? What is that place called that everybody goes to? What is that place called? I forget what it's called, but what is it called? I really want to know now. Bali. Is it Bali? Bali. I want to go to Hawaii. I know Hawaii is part of America technically, but is it really part of America? It's Samoan territory, right? Don't come for me if I don't know my stuff there. I want to go to Brazil. Brazil specifically for the desert with all the lakes. You call it lakes? Call all the lakes in them specifically for that. I know these are very touristy places, but I want to go like Poland or Switzerland and just see the greenery in the mountains, experience life. I want to step outside of my norms, step out of what I know, explore new cultures, try new foods, and most importantly, I think everybody should meet new people. You don't need to be friends with new people, but meet new people and you talk to them. Just have a conversation. Strike up a conversation with somebody random, because other people's perspectives of life really gives you an insight, or gives you a wider perspective on life by listening to other people's experiences, because other people's experience is very important, right? And people give you all forms of experiences just by talking, and then you learn so much. So for me, for example, at my basketball court that I usually go to, I know all the people there now. We all know all the people there, all the regulars. That is right. We have some old Filipinos that pull up. They bring beer and stuff. They play ball, and then after an hour or two, they just sit for the rest of the day. They're just drinking beer. They offer it to us, and they talk about their lives. One guy I know, he's divorced. He's old as fuck. He's divorced. He's about to be 65. He's about to get that retirement money. Talking to me like how his wife did him wrong, and his kids hate him and blah blah blah. But he goes to the Philippines. He has little sugar babies he runs around with back in the Philippines, and he has properties over there. And then I have this this black guy. He talks about like because he came from Montreal. He's French, black and French. Pick a struggle, man. Pick a struggle. JK, JK. Don't come for me. But he's with a white girl, and he's telling me how he works with the government and goes back and forth between Ottawa and Montreal. And then I have this other. That was loud. I'm sorry. And then I have this other black guy from Florida, and he comes up to Ottawa for school, I think. And then he tells me about, like, life back in Florida and shit like that. And then, there's people from India that come and they tell me about their time in India. I have this one friend from Nepal. And he tells me about his time in Nepal and what they do and what they eat and stuff like that. I have other Asian people. A Chinese guy tells me about his life back in China. So it's like, talking to these people, learning what life is like outside of your normal society is like peak life, peak meaningful life, peak human interaction, peak living, I would say. And a hobby that you can just go out and do. I think it's something my girlfriend never understood. And I think maybe a lot of people, like, if you have a partner that enjoys doing a hobby because of the people, not just because of the hobby, but because of the people he's engaging within that hobby, let them do the hobby, because that is one of the purest forms of experiencing life. Interacting with a group of people, learning, getting experience, getting knowledge, new perspectives on life. That is how you'll gain a meaningful life. And that'll keep you always thinking. For myself, I'm always thinking about what's life like in other countries, right? Or how do they live in these other countries? And you actually do learn stuff. Now you're curious, and now you want to go visit these places. And inshallah, I do go. I'm able to visit the places that I want to visit in my life. I'm able to live in a country. Like, I'm 25, right? This year, the only plans I have to leave the country is to go to the U.S. twice. I'm going to Brooklyn. In February, and then I'm going to Las Vegas in May. Because my boy's we're doing his bachelor party. Shout out to my boy. And then I'm going to a wedding in Brooklyn next month. Yeah, and then I don't know what the rest of the year. The rest of the year is in the palm of my hands. I really want to leave the country and go like somewhere random. I really want to. I don't know if I have the courage to do that, but I really want to. Let's see where I am financially. That's another thing that holds me back, and probably a lot of you, financials. But if you just look for like that cheap flight, like I was seeing prices to go to Lisbon, like a 200 round trip, or what? Not 200. I think it was 300. Either way, that's freaking cheap to go to Lisbon, Portugal. And then I was thinking, I'll just stay in a hostel. But the thing is, I want to go. If I'm going to a different country that speaks a different language, I would want to go with somebody that speaks the language. Because it's kind of disrespectful showing up to another country, not understanding a lick of what they have to say. Now they have to translate for you just for you to go and stay there a week or a month, right? It's inconvenient to them. So that's another problem of mine. I could learn the language a little bit, right? Do the basic stuff, but I could. We'll see. But yeah, like, get these cheap flights. I think stay in like a hostel or a pod hotel. I know my ex, she went from Korea because she was abroad in Korea. And she went to Japan alone. I was very against it. I was very scared for her. But she stayed in like a pod hotel kind of thing. And like, that's sick. Because the flights from Korea to Japan are very cheap, right? So she went. And then she went, and then she stayed in the hotel place. I think it was dirt cheap. I forgot how much it paid, but I know it was dirt cheap. It was dirt cheap. I less than $50. I think I don't want to quote. I don't quote it. Don't quote me, but I think it was less than $50 for a few days. But yeah, just like go out and live, learn new things, learn things from new people. Do I ever want to go to the Middle East? Maybe. I used to want to go to Lebanon because I had Lebanese friends, but I don't. Those people aren't in my life anymore. And Lebanon, a lot of scary, sketchy stuff's going on over there, so I might have to pass on Lebanon. But yeah, have hobbies, talk to people, learn from people, and travel. Those are the 3 things you can do to live a meaningful life. And have a hobby that uses your brain, allows you to be creative, not just a physical hobby, but a hobby that can excel your brain activity in. And also, another way to have a meaningful life, work on your body. Your body is a temple, not just your mind, not your emotional state, your mental state, but your physical appearance. Get tattoos, your body's a piece of art, like a blank canvas that you could put art on, you know what I'm saying? And then also stay in shape, eat right. Why are we being fat? I'm not fat shaming anyone, but why are we deciding to be fat? I know it's a hard mental thing. It's hard for some people, and that's okay, but not a lot of people are gonna like what I say there. But, just work on yourself, be happy. If you look good, you'll feel good. Guys, the way I looked 4 months ago, 5 months ago, whatever, I wasn't happy with the way I looked, and it affected my mental state, right? It affected my mentality. And now, it's been 4 or 5 months since I went back at the gym seriously, and I think muscle maturity also helped. But, I look better than I did 5 months ago, and I'm happy. I like the way I look, and I feel good, right? And also your physical appearance, like with the way you dress. You look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you'll be happier and be more, extroverted or more experienced in life. Also, another thing that I do, explore your city, whether you repeatedly go to the same place. You guys seen that vlog I did the other day? Not vlog, but where I was just out on the middle of my river in Ottawa, just out on the ice. Do stuff like that. Be adventurous. Don't be afraid to die. You know what I'm saying? Just go out on walks if you have to. Go out on walks. Look at water. Listen to nature. That is another way to have a meaningful life, because I'll tell you, it's so good for your mentality. It's so good for your mind. It is so good, bro. So freaking loud, these stupid people. Anyways, it's so good for your mind. And just like your aura. Brother, why are these people making so much noise? Why? Why did all these people make so much noise when I'm recording? But you know what I'm saying? Explore the world. Explore the city, your town, whatever it is. Explore what you're in. Take care of your health. Look good, feel good. Get a hobby. Get a creative hobby. Travel, speak to new people. That's what you should be taking away from this video, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast. Not long as I expected it to be. But I do have ideas for some that I want to do in the future. I just need